What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Channel. My name is AJ Gels. How y'all doing? We are back with Persona 5 Vanilla? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to, like, title this. Or even, like call this series, but, whatever. Last video, Sojiro found out that, we're part of the Phantom Thieves. Akechi kind of played his hand, said he also knows that we're the Phantom Thieves. He wants to join us for one last heist and all of that. We had our exams, a bunch of generic stuff. I think we're moving on to one of the cooler palaces in the game.
Shido, who may be forming a new party.
I still stand by it. I think the Casino Palace doesn't get enough love for as kind of cool as it was.
We now resume our coverage of the Phantom Thieves, the suspects for Mr. Okumura's death and others. The police have designated the Phantom Thieves as the country's most wanted fugitives, and have decided to reward anyone with information leading to the capture of the Phantom Thieves.
Oh, you gonna turn me in, Sojiro?
Look. Those who provide information will be offered a reward of 30 million yen, and considering the high amount, it shows how extraordinary the situation has become. Reward money will be supplied by the police and the families of the victims. Further,
if I report you to the police and they arrest you, I supposedly get 30 million yen for it.
Can't it? Because I know in America you can't turn in family members for reward money. Like, because turning in me, wouldn't that also turn in Futaba? And because she's your adopted daughter, would you be able to collect on that reward money? I don't know how Japan works, but... And is that 30 million per thief, or is it like a sliding scale because you gave them the leader? I'm curious.
I hope you understand the situation you're in. Even people who didn't have an interest before will be on the lookout for the Phantom Thieves, and it'll happen every day, even at school. Why did this happen? That may have been true, but still. Well, how do I put this? I'm sorry I didn't realize it. It's also my responsibility that this happened. All I can do now is give you shelter. Just don't become desperate and do something reckless, all right?
Oh, come on. Reckless is pretty much what all we do.
I won't sell you out. As long as you're here, there's nothing to worry about.
I feel bad about what we've done to the chief. I'm responsible too.
Did you see that reward? Perhaps we put too much pressure on them. With this, the Phantom Thieves have become public enemy #1. Exactly. That will be when their curtain falls.
Hey, great!
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Some about the mental shutdowns, hunting down the Phantom Thieves, yada, yada, yada. This is kind of a weird comment, but playing Royal and playing this game, Royal has... I don't know. Maybe it's just because, the game came out afterwards or, came out years later than this one. But just the game looks a lot sharper in its color palette, or maybe not sharper. There's just a bit more of a range. Things look a little bit more colorful. And this one, not saying it doesn't look good, everything kind of looks a little muted comparatively. Yes, all stuff about the reward for catching us. Oh, really? He's not going to throw more chalk at me? Okay. Do whatever you want, dude.
We're wanted now.
We were one before.
30 million yen? What is this, a comic book?
Why is the scary music playing? Why are we all surprised that this is happening?
It feels so unrealistic, I can't help but laugh.
We're finally being treated as actual criminals.
I'm positive now. Remember all of those what-ifs I mentioned before? All of this was truly set up. How President Okumura ranked first, the fad before that, even Medjed. It was all to make the Phantom Thieves famous. On top of that, we were lured to target Okumura.
Yeah, the enemy likely planned to lay the blame on us from the start, after we gained popularity.
Then what about everything we've done until now? Are the people whose hearts we changed and thought were corrupt actually not?
No, because of Yusuke and I. The Madarame and Kaneshiro cases were coincidental. Wasn't that the case with Kamoshida, too? Considering what happened with the rankings? Only the previous target would have been used to lure us.
What a cheap trick to use.
I mean, hell, and even if we were being led by the nose, I mean, it's not like we were taking down good, innocent people.
Cheap? It's nothing of the sort. There's the fake Medjed and the site's altercation. They might have even engineered the fat around us. So much time and effort has been put into this. President Okumura probably wasn't their only target. Perhaps they intend to place all blame of past and future psychotic breakdowns on our group.
That's why I said we shouldn't jump into things so carelessly.
What, so this is my fault? Even you agreed to it in the end. And there was that thing with Haru at the time. How are we supposed to ignore that, huh?
I'm sorry. This was all because I one-sidedly decided that my father was a criminal.
Haru, I hate to say it, he was. Maybe not a criminal, but, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not 100% sure if what he's doing, what he's been doing was criminal. I mean, he was definitely not a good person.
All I could think about was my fiancé. If I had only been able to cope with it more calmly.
Like I said, criminal might be up in the air because I'm trying to think of what he's doing. Like he's definitely a cutthroat businessman. I don't know. Maybe he's breaking some labor laws or something. I don't know. I'd have to know a little bit more about Japan to be able to, you know, make that final deductions. Not the right word, but final. Whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. But like I said, he wasn't a good guy.
Haru?
It's not Haru's fault. I should have spoken up too when Principal Kobayakawa died.
Damn it! This is bullshit! God! Fuck! Ah!
Ryuji!
You get that out of your system, dude?
Taking out your frustration on things doesn't help anyone.
You know what? As somebody who does that himself, I can say it helps the person a little bit.
Hey, what do you think? How did we lose? What did we do wrong?
We haven't lost. Again, I wish that was an option. We haven't lost. I mean, we took a shot, but, you know, we're not arrested yet. We can still make another move. You know what I mean? This isn't losing. This is just, you know, a setback.
Acting like ourselves.
Agreed. At the time, we only cared about the opinion of the general public.
Yeah, that really is it. I was so caught up in making a name for ourselves. I'm such an idiot! I became a phantom thief because I hated those same kinds of adults!
To think we had begun clinging onto fame and a place to belong, that our eyes had become clouded.
We were meant to be the righteous phantom thieves, but we lost sight of our original cause.
I love how she's also taking part in this, even though she's only been with us for maybe a month.
I'm so irritated with myself.
Makoto.
Damn it! I know that we've been set up, and that I was a complete idiot too, but still, it's so damn frustrating!
Again, you're all acting like we've
I wanna do
lost.
something about this!
Yeah. We'll be in deep water at this rate. However, we have no idea who we're up against, and whether they're an individual or an organization.
Clearly this is an organization. No way a single individual would be able to accomplish all of this.
Furthermore, they must be in a position of power, or have powerful backers if they can go so far.
Are we really a match for this?
Should we end this now? I mean, things might get worse for everyone.
Hey, what should we do?
Exactly. We haven't lost yet.
Yeah, running away with our tails between our legs is exactly what they want. That's the same as dumping our aesthetics again, because we only care about our hides.
I see.
I take back what I just said. I can't let it end like this. Absolutely not like this.
Looks like we're settled on what we want to do. All that's left is how we go about it.
Yeah.
Yo.
How about me yelling earlier, being framed, and that added bounty? It all felt like bullshit. I lost it. I'm sorry. And don't mind. Really, that's good. Maybe I haven't changed at all since the time we went up against Kamoshida. I wanted to be a Phantom Thief because I thought even someone like me could be a hero. It made me so happy to be depended on. Guess it all went straight to my head. I thought I could do anything if it was for justice, but that'd make me no different from our targets. I called them shitbags, but I must be the shittiest of shitbags. I can't even joke about it. Yeah, things will turn around. I can start by changing who I am now. Thanks, I feel like I can think straight again. Oh, I scared Haru and Futaba, didn't I? I'll have to apologize to them soon. Got a message from Akechi. He wants to gather at LeBlanc tomorrow after school. Who does he think he is, trying to boss us around like that? This is directly after the reward announcement. There must be a calculated reason. We'll manage. Overcome this together. All that typical JRPG manga crap where it's, you know, we'll overcome things with friendship.
Okay.
And let me guess, I can't go do anything. Ah, I knew it.
Nice.
An issue in which criminals do whatever they want under the name of justice cannot be left alone. Only now does the government speak of taking countermeasures. But their actions are too little, too late. The government as it stands has been left behind the times. It is obsolete. If this is a ship that's bound to a rotting dock and destined to sink, we might as well destroy it once. Let us end this chaos through my hands and yours.
He's a politician of the ruling party, isn't he?
I heard they're splitting up to form a new party, so an election might come before the year's end.
I'm gonna vote this time for sure. This man has my support.
You haven't voted until now? That's problematic as a member of society, you know.
Oh, eat me.
Politics just never interested me before. But this politician seems pretty amazing. He's passionate and thinks of the future. I mean, someone like that should be prime minister. I'm definitely voting for him.
Well, I suppose that makes sense, since the other politicians seem so unreliable.
I really hate that whole, you know, oh, it's unresponsible if you don't, it's irresponsible if you don't vote. Look, I don't vote, or really I've not voted until...
You say that you want us to cooperate with you? What exactly do you intend us to do?
Let me try this sentence one more time. I haven't ever voted, but that's because in the last 4 or so years, you know, I really started getting into politics and everything like this, and a little bit before the last election, I'm speaking in American presidential elections. Before that one, I was, you know, doing journalism and stuff like that, and, you know, I kind of viewed it as, you know, I shouldn't be taking sides. I should try and remain as neutral as I can. So, you know, it's a whole thing, but I've always seen it as it's irresponsible to vote if you don't know the issues and the platforms and everything, and I never did up until recently. So, you know, it's one of those, I've always been told by people, oh, it's irresponsible if you don't vote, and I've kind of looked at it and went, see, I think it's irresponsible to vote when if you aren't aware of everything, if you're not, like, you know, tuned into things. I don't know. I guess it's just a difference in theory or whatever, but whatever. That's my opinion. Take it for what you want.
That's a good question. But might I have a cup of coffee first?
How about I spit in your eye?
Quit effing around.
Please keep this short.
There's a bounty for information in addition to the arrest warrant. Those are quite desperate measures. I'm referring to Sai-san's actions. I assume all of you are at your wits' end as well. She must be considerably vexed if she's gone that far. Make headlines with the arrest warrant, then use incentives to get testimonies. It's not a bad method.
The police have nothing on us. There's no way they can make an arrest.
True. I'm the only one who's ascertained your true identities. However, the groundwork for fabricating testimonies and concocting a culprit are underway.
We don't care about that self-gratification. Get on with it.
I'll be blunt. I'm thinking of triggering a change of heart in Sai-san. I've already discovered that she has a palace.
Huh? Really?
Is this to prevent the investigation agency's recklessness?
Precisely.
Still, there's no need to change her heart just for that.
Indeed. It's hard to believe that a single person can fabricate all that.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. What if I told you that those around her would turn a blind eye to false evidence?
You saying the police would do such a thing?
It seems they're more trusted than I thought. Their priority is settling the situation. They don't care who the supposed culprit is.
No!
They're completely rotten!
My objective is to find the true culprit. That must be the case for all of you, too. However, the current situation is extremely bad.
If worst comes to worst, someone unrelated will be set up as the culprit, huh?
Our only solution to this is to make Sai-san come to her senses. If she's in her right mind, she can stop this situation. Her sense of justice wouldn't allow it.
So that's why...
The truth will be covered up, and an innocent civilian's life will be destroyed. I can't allow such a thing to happen.
I mean... I guess I can understand how you feel.
And changing Sai-san's heart will be to protect her as well.
How do you mean?
If the true culprit were to learn that she's responsible for the investigation, what would happen? I'm certain they'll aim for her life. She's the perfect target to place blame on the Phantom Thieves. So how about it? Will you agree to my plan?
Even though you're particular about being just, you're willing to get your hands dirty?
It can't be helped in order to ascertain the truth. There is also one more merit in changing Sai-san's heart. It will become a warning to not mess with us. They can't go public if someone in the investigation has a change of heart. It'd show their corruption. All that's left from there is for me to discover the identity of the true culprit.
What do you mean?
You're gonna tell us to announce our disbandment once the real culprit is arrested, aren't you?
As expected from a Nijima. So, what do you say? I don't think it's a bad deal for either of us.
Makoto, what's your take on all this?
It's a well-made plan. It even takes putting an end to our team into consideration.
I'm flattered to hear that.
Why are you willing to do all this, Akechi-kun? Why do you seek justice?
Because of sickening human beings. Yes. My contempt for such people drives my sense of justice. It isn't some grand reason like society's sake or some lofty ideal. It's simply an absurd grudge. And extremely personal.
Dude.
You know, doesn't he remind you of us?
You're reaching. He's also lying through his teeth, but whatever.
Really explain it.
Well, what is it? You know, it's the best lies come from a kernel of truth. Like, there is a bit of truth in what he's saying, but at the same time, he's not being straight with us.
But I guess it's how some disgusting adult pissed him off.
We're similar, Maybe that's why I thought that I could ask this of you all. Won't you cooperate with me on the mission to change Sai-san's heart? Thanks. I was actually rather worried there. This mission can't succeed without your cooperation, after all.
The Phantom Thieves will be disbanded, and everything will work out. I pray it does.
Mako-chan.
I'm okay. I never brought it up until now, but the reason I joined the Phantom Thieves is because I wanted to change my sister's heart. I was hoping it'd never come to pass, though. I've also known for quite some time that she has a palace.
Why didn't you tell us?
It was too selfish of a reason. Though I was too scared to look any further into it on my own.
Why don't we try going there now to scope the place out? A lot of this will be new to me, so I'd like to get myself accustomed to it too.
I'm sorry, I actually have plans today.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Will you tell your sister about this? Of course not. It's just...
You seem awfully evasive today. Is something the matter?
I just can't make time today.
Let's call it a day then, and resume this tomorrow.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Wasn't Makoto acting a bit weird? Well, I guess that can't be helped. Regardless, it all starts tomorrow. I hope this goes well.
A palace? In me? Not only that, Goro Akechi? Then the Phantom Thieves targeted me as per his advice? And he had already experienced the metaverse by the time of the Okumura case? That can't be. I mean, he never said a word.
Yeah, condescending little shit, isn't he?
Although, his attitude did change suddenly around that time. Akechi-kun kept quiet about the most important details, and my own sister may be a Phantom Thief? If this is all true, I'm appalled as the commander of this operation. I alone was kept in the dark. So you became convinced of another's existence through the 2 mental shutdown cases. And if you were apprehended while falsely accused of those crimes, that villain would still be loose. That's why you targeted me? Not for your own preservation?
That's correct.
That does make sense, more or less. If you simply wanted to evade capture, triggering my change of heart wouldn't guarantee anything. Your actions as Phantom Thieves would still be met with hostility. No. If this villain does exist and is setting up your group, I would be targeted next. Did Makoto come up with that speculation? Perhaps I'm overthinking things. Hey! You need to keep your focus. It seems you're completely worn out. But the look on your face isn't one of defeat. Why is that?
I haven't lost yet.
I'm amazed. It seems you can still talk. When you were arrested, a man at the scene told you that you were sold out, correct? Those words normally hint at the existence of a traitor. However, if your story till now is true, one reason can be concluded. It's frustrating to admit, but at a certain point... No. Most likely from the start. I was a mere puppet. Someone set up only to bear responsibility later. Someone intended your arrest, and the minimal staff directly involved were in their pocket. And if that's the case, true integrity would side with you.
Rank 7 or 8, I think. Oh wow, only rank 6. Jesus. Thought we were further along.
No, I'm jumping to conclusions. I don't believe your story yet. There's something I need to confirm with you. Was a change of heart triggered in me? What happened in the time between entering my palace and your arrest? Tell me everything.
What's this favor you need? It's late already. We'll be going to Nijima's palace, so I want to look into her. Things like her work ethic and relationships. It doesn't matter whether it's public or private. Those would help us come up with countermeasures in case we hit a roadblock in her palace.
I can look up more, you know. Stuff like her repertoire of underwear.
A girl shouldn't say things like that. You tell her too.
Yeah, what else can you dig up?
Well, like her history with men.
We're phantom thieves.
Like, you're a cat, and I'm a horny teenager. In game, not real life. In real life, I'm pretty much the same thing, just not a teenager, just implant my age.
Also, I may be overthinking it, but my voice... Ow!
Same as always.
Let me finish first. There's something else we want you to look into.
Train news, blah, 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 blah. Where are we meeting today? Blah, blah, blah. At the courthouse, where's that? Government Office District. Kasumigaseki. Indeed, I've never been to that place. Never been there, though. Me neither. Somewhere normal. Blah, blah, blah. Police Department, Ministry of Justice, Public Prosecutor's Office, and Public Security. The Diet Building is right there. Scary place are we going to? We won't get caught, right? According to Akechi, our identities haven't been discovered yet. So we're just going to plunge headfirst into enemy territory. Has anyone contacted Akechi? We're going to meet him there. Be on guard. We'll be heading into a lion's den.
So this is the courthouse. You can tell it's a revolting building just by looking at it. Let's hurry up and get started. Akechi, what did you find out?
I rarely get to see Sai-san directly, but I figured out her course of action. On the 20th, an investigation will likely be done at Shujin Academy.
For real?
Sorry, what was that? As well as Sakura residence.
Then that means our time limit is November 20th.
But this should be a substantially forced operation. I doubt it'll take place before the 20th.
We'll take your word. For now, we need to focus on infiltrating her palace.
I concur. And we should probably get going soon. After all, people like us standing around here is quite unnatural. Well then?
That's...
Huh? What about my smartphone?
This is the model I wanted! You're so lucky! I'm so sorry. Until recently, Futaba was actually well...
It's okay. Sai-san told me the gist.
Oh, right. Akechi-kun, it may be best if you exchange contact info with everyone, too. Not just me.
That's true.
Ooh. I'll send everyone's contacts to you later.
Thanks. Well then, I hope we get along. I'll do my best.
Yeah, well, I still, I'm not a fan of your Phantom Thief costume. I like his costume,
All right.
better when he goes bad.
You've got a good personality.
So I think it looks a lot cooler.
Talk about cheating.
She's praising you, I believe.
Then shall we get started?
We need to figure out what Makoto Sis thinks this courthouse is.
I often hear her call it a place of competition in which she must always win.
A competition, huh? That sounds like Sai-san.
It'd be unbearable if you were put on trial for a reason like... Although, a competition means it's a match of some sort. Might it be a martial arts ring?
Conditions have not been met. Then perhaps a stadium? Or conditions have not been met.
There are other competitions besides fighting and sports.
Well, I mean, hell, guys, think about all the places that we've been, you know, that we've been stealing from. Castle, a tomb, a bank, a museum. The spaceship one was kind of more of like a sci-fi version of this classic sort of motif. But I mean, it's all places that you would rob in a movie. You know, think about that. What kind of heists haven't we done yet?
Gambling.
It's a competition. Futaba for the win.
How about a racetrack for horses? Other than that, there's pachinko, but does that count as gambling?
I actually don't know. Does it? If anybody knows Japanese like laws and cultures, like, is that gambling? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know.
We played cards during the school trip.
Conditions have not been met. What else is there? It must be a casino. Candidate found.
Like I said, another classic heist location. I know nobody would actually make that argument in real life. Going through this situation, nobody would see like that. Nobody would see that connection between that. All of these are like famous places that you would rob in a movie. I mean, Castle. That one might be a little bit more of a stretch than like a museum, a bank, etc., etc. But yeah, it's like I said. I think though that you'd see enough of a pattern there that you'd start guessing places you would rob.
Well, it's time we head in then.
Beginning navigation.
But whatever. That might just be me.
Head right past there and keep a low profile.
That's it, huh? What's going on here? We are looking at the courthouse, aren't we?
Seems like it.
Let's go.
Why did my glasses go? As soon as we enter the metaverse, do they just disappear? But Futaba keeps hers. I'm very curious about that. A ring-a-ding-ding. That's my impersonation of Benny from Fallout New Vegas. Who voiced him? He was voiced by the guy who played Chandler in Friends. There we go. That's a reference.
Seems to be a normal cityscape.
Isn't that...
The police station, yes. I didn't know that the station and the courthouse were next to each other.
Our attire has
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
That must mean we aren't considered threats or hostiles yet.
Well, I mean, probably a connection between the police station and the courthouse probably isn't that bad of an idea. I mean, there's probably like an underground tunnel connecting them. There's probably holding cells there, so people, maybe waiting some sort of trial could easy movement, whatnot. You wouldn't have to transport them via like a van or anything like that. I don't know. I'm just throwing out
Areas outside her courthouse palace.
weird reasons why it makes sense.
Wait, I always look like this. I'm special. Besides, I can't do anything in my cat form.
The police station's also part of her work area, though. Whenever arrests are made for her cases. I've brought her food and belongings when she was sent on loan to the police.
We got no business with the cops, right? This might be the metaverse, but I don't want to go in a station.
That reminds me. He'll need a code name, too.
Code name?
Phantom thieves can't go around using their real names, right? It ain't cool either.
Just for reference, what is it?
Skull.
Mine's Fox.
We pretty much decided on them with how we look, didn't we?
What is it, Haru?
Oh, it's nothing.
Then perhaps Karasu will be best for me. You know, like a raven.
Are your clothes all black or something?
The reverse, actually. If our codenames are to hide our identities, wouldn't...
Karasu. He'd be the only Japanese-sounding one.
Yeah, I never understood why we didn't just call Fox Kitsune, or I like
Crow instead.
or I like Futaba's word for him, just calling him Inari.
All right.
Whatever.
From here on out, you're Crow.
Got it.
Now then, let's head into the courthouse.
I still wanted somebody to have kind of like a cowboy motif. Their persona be Billy the Kid, and obviously their code name would be Kid. But whatever, that's just me. I like cowboy stuff. Leave me alone. What's my personas looking like right now? Got Nanta, Queen Mab, Valkyrie, and Okuninushi. There we go. All right. I forgot how good the music was in this one too. I mean, that's not surprising. I mean, the music in this game kicks so much ass, but god damn, it's really good in this palace.
Okay.
Oh?
Hey, dude, you planning on stealing stuff in that getup? It just means that. It just means that's what he thinks a rebel looks like. There we go. Yeah, some sort of weird toy soldier from the Nutcracker, you freak. No, this is my mental image of a person who sticks to their justice, and I stand by it. You look like a character from the Nutcracker. Well, I think your mask is more apt for piercing rather than sticking. That aside, the people in here look completely normal. But we're in a flashy casino. There's no doubt this is a palace. Oh, right. Crow doesn't know too much about cognitive beings, does he? Ah, yes. In addition to similar topography, cognitive people exist based on the ruler's perception. That probably didn't make much sense because of all the fancy terms he was using, huh? In essence, since these ones look like real people, Sai-san's view of others is surprisingly undistorted. But considering what I see before me, it's difficult to believe it is not actually a real casino. Not all cognitions are normal, though. In Futaba and Okumura's palaces, we had to battle them. People may look normal, but we should be careful, particularly of those in positions of power. There we go. Is this what you have to go through every time? Yeah, this is the last. I'm glad to see you remember. Just don't slow us down, Crow. I will not allow that to happen. Okay, it's time we head inside. Our deadline for this infiltration is November 20th. Any later and we'll something get caught. Of course, we'll need to secure an infiltration route before we do. Send the calling card as always. So the calling card wasn't merely for show. It's a necessary setup. Or step, excuse me. Will you please stop interrupting? Oh, my apologies.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. My plan for this palace is going to be a little different from how I usually approach the palaces. Because usually I try and get through the palace as fast as possible, and then, you know what, I'm gonna say, where's Akechi's level? Is that 45? 43s, and you know what? Let's put him on the team just for fun. He's got cool skills. I think his focus is on light or bless magic, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he does bless and curse damage. He's got Koga, Aiga, all of that. Oh, he's also got Megiddola. I forgot about that too. His persona being Robin Hood. But no, like I was saying, I'm going to approach this one a little differently, because usually I try and complete the palace all in one sitting, or all in one video. We probably won't do that in this one, mostly because this one does have a moment where we have to go back into the real world to keep advancing, but also the way the game is structured after this point, from what I remember, after you complete... Come on, brain. I'm hunting for items. Let's see if there's a chest or anything around here. Let's try that door. Oh wait, no, never mind. It's got bars on it. I believe after you beat this palace, that's when you get arrested. So, and then after that, I can't remember if it picks up right after, or if there's going to be, like, there's a small time skip to the end of the month or whatever, but just so I can... You're after the treasure, aren't you? Come on down, and I'll tell you where it is. What? We're not going to fall for that trick like that. It's not a lie. I only wish to do this fair and square. You aren't going to run, are you? We should do as she says. There is no point in hiding any longer. But basically, to make sure that because I also know whether or not there's a time jump, because like I said, I can't remember if when you come out of captivity from Sai, when exactly how the dates shift. It's a whole fucking thing. You'll see what I mean when we get there. But either way, there's also a period of time in which the player character after that can't basically is you'll see there's a reason that you can't do a lot of confidant stuff. I'll put it that way. So you've come. The treasure is located on the manager's floor at the highest point of the building. Why are you telling us this? It's as I said before. I wish to go about this in the fairest manner possible. First, I ask that you come up to my location. We will continue this there.
Damn it.
Damn it, over there. It seems we'll be able to use that elevator to reach higher floors. Come, Joker, let us pursue her. But yeah, either way, it's just because I can't remember exactly how all this is structured. It's been a little bit. It's been a while since I played this late into the game.
It's somewhere.
So as soon as we get to,
I can feel it.
As soon as we get to the end, I'm basically going to run the clock until the very end of our deadline. If that makes sense.
Joker.
That way I make sure I can optimize how much time we're spending with people and confidants and all that. Authentication required. Please insert your member's card. Member's card. Perhaps it bears relation to a players' club of sorts. I can't handle your technical speak. Just give it to me straight.
You have a moment?
Casinos typically have a membership system called the Players Club. Some locations even have areas cordoned off for particular ranks of players. Considering the setup of this place, I thought things may be similar.
What?
And that'll make sense. That'll make the shit simple. Come on, let's join this players thingy. I would agree with you, but a shadow. As expected, registration will not be a simple matter.
I see.
As she must be daring us to challenge the security of this place to make it to her. Here it comes. No need to worry, I'll handle this. I need to prove my worth to you all after all.
Yes.
I promise to surpass even such lofty hopes as those. Yeah, he uses a,
Let us begin. Don't worry. You can leave this one to me. Take them down, Robin Hood!
Akechi uses a sword and a ray gun, or basically a pistol.
Now, Robin.
Yeah, not weak to that.
You all right? Oh my God! Stop! Hey, listen to me.
All right, he resists that magic.
Hokuninushi! There!
blocks curse.
Still, you sure showed me. Beat him up!
Don't come back!
You got it.
You're not so bad, and I am capable of much more. Now then, let us deal with the shadows quickly. Wait, doesn't it sound like we're going to be ambushed based on what we heard earlier? I agree. I'd like to deal with them as quick as we can, but now that we have an infiltration route, I'd suggest we return for now possible. Very well, I trust your experience and judgment. Let us do that. Really? Why? Whatever. I think we could have kept going, but that's just me. Today was truly one surprise after another. I hope we continue to thrive in our work together. Agreed. Blah, blah, blah. It's unnecessary. Infiltration route. Send the calling card. Doing so, the Court desires to manifest physical form. Blah, blah, blah. He's explaining shit. Now, well, at least explaining shit that we already know. Blah, blah, blah. Let's continue cautiously, of course. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, like we were saying earlier, you know what? I guess it's not too much of a spoiler because if it seemed like I was trying to give details on why I'm doing something, but also at the same time not give away too much if you didn't know the exact plot of this game. But let's after. You know, after you take Nijima's heart, you end up being interrogated by her, you know, which we've seen. And then after that, we escape, and we're basically presumed dead. So, if I remember correctly, we don't get a lot of time to hang out with a lot of our confidants. You know, it's kind of blocked off until a little later in the game. So, that's why I'm saying, you know, I want to make sure, because I also can't remember if after we escape, if we're resting up for the remainder of the month until it's time to start again. So that's why I say I'm going to take this one all the way to the end of the deadline. That's my explanation. I hope that makes a little bit more sense. Like I said, I was trying to avoid spoilers, but I guess it's not a big spoiler. I just hope that gives a little bit more context for what I'm talking about. Time is finally come. No matter what happens, we have to change our heart. Don't get too hasty. Yes, I understand. We may all have our own unique way of doing things, but we should just proceed forward as usual. Leave it to me. Don't worry. You have our trust. You're our leader, after all. And actually...
Okay.
I'm going to go to Mementos today. Mostly because we've got a request there, plus I want to continue advancing over there.
I see.
So this is the location you've been using as a hideout. Can we just get started? The forced investigation will take place on November 20th. That's our deadline this time. Is there any possibility of that investigation being moved to an earlier date?
Yes.
I highly doubt it. How can you be so sure? Didn't they want to catch us as soon as they possibly could? They may be corrupt, but they are still a bureaucracy. Certain steps must be taken in order to continue forward. Unless their situation becomes extremely dire, they won't act with only circumstantial evidence. I'm impressed, Detective Man. You sure know a lot about internal affairs. Yes, he is quite promising.
Yes.
Well, this is a purely give and take. This a purely a give and take relationship. Something about that sentence doesn't line up to me. Really, the localization is pretty good in this game. I don't catch a lot of weird grammatical things. That one was a little odd, but could just be me. You taught me the inner workings of the Phantom Thieves, so it's only fair I return the favor. and I will be sure to contact everyone in the investigation team. Makes any odd movements, that would be helpful. Okay. Let us view requests. Well, then, we have some new intel on a Mementos target. This one's especially dangerous. This particular intel is on an ex-mercenary assassin. From what I can tell, he acts like a homeless man, but secretly carries out assassination contracts. If not even the police can deal with him, it's time for us to step in. It'd be bad if we left such a dangerous guy on the loose. We have to change his heart. We need to take down the evil that can't be judged by law. No objections, right? We're good to go. If you're okay with it, that's a unanimous decision. Okay, all that's left now is to take down the target, Mementos. The other reason why I want to go to Mementos is just because it's to keep up our exploration. There we go, because we've unlocked a new area, and we haven't gone there yet. A new area has been confirmed in the depths, updating guidance information. Looks like Mementos has expanded even further. I thought public opinion of us determined Mementos expansion, and that has plummeted lately. Our notability must still be on the rise, even if it wouldn't be notoriety. Whatever. Even if it's because of our currently bad reputation. So we're like a celeb who gets more famous because of scandals. I don't like the sound of that. Either way, the further we go, the more powerful enemies we'll meet. We need to be cautious in here. Let's go see where the change has occurred, Joker. Okay. You know, I really like this map of Mementos. It really reminds me of Tartarus from Persona 3. You know, and I've said this about this game. This is the way it handles the dungeons and everything. I'll finish this in a second. That's Kiritani. I get chills just looking at him. He's an ex-mercenary who is now a professional assassin. He's no ordinary person. If even the police can't handle him, then it's up to us to take care of him. Let's approach him with caution. You're here? I bet that idiot from earlier put in a request to you. Sorry, but I don't plan on going away. You kids playing hero should go home to your mommies. Yeah, we can't just let someone dangerous like you go around killing people. You guys are more dangerous from my point of view. Look, as a mercenary, I've seen a lot of torture, and torture is all about killing the heart and soul. You've been destroying the parts of you. You've been destroying the parts you don't like in people's character. To me, that's evil. Evil? Don't be ridiculous. We're doing our best to do what's right. It's my policy to only kill on the job. I'll destroy you if you're gonna get in my way. Or Rakshasa. But no, as I was saying, the hell was I? Don't worry, I'll finish you off, and after that, I'm gonna kill off daytime. Again, I think I misread something there. I don't have any wind skills. Well, that kind of sucks.
Ravage them!
Huh? Snap out of it! Thanks!
What was I talking about? Oh, right, I was talking about how this game really is the best of both worlds from Persona 3 and Persona 4. Because Persona 3, you know, other than when you were going out and you were fighting the, trying to remember, I think he resists physical attacks.
There!
Sorry, as I was saying, other than the big bosses that you fought on the phases of the moon in Persona 3, you were exploring Tartarus, which was a completely procedurally generated dungeon, you know, similar to Mementos. Just trying to see, do I have anybody who... Trying to see if I had anybody who uses dying skills. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Right, which, like I said, the Mementos and Tartarus are very similar in the fact that they're both procedurally generated dungeons that, you know, just keep going and going and going. While Persona 4 used more, had multiple smaller dungeons that were more, that structure was more defined. And, you know, you could go back to each dungeon later to hunt personas or whatever. You know, they didn't just disappear like the palaces. But, you know, the palaces are very similar to the the dungeons from Persona 4 in the fact that they're more, I don't want to say classically structured, but their structure is more set in stone. I think that's the better way to put it. So it's like I said, it's just, I think that they found the best of both worlds, you know, and they kind of gave us that little fun, random dungeon crawler from early Personas, or from P3, but also mixed it with the fun dungeons from P4, so that's it. Like I said, the people behind this game, just a great team.
Let's go.
I'm trying to remember what is a technical against shock. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Kuninushi, you're mine. My skills exceed yours. Persona!
Nice!
Physicals work,
Valkyrie! Ravage them!
There we go.
It's a step forward.
And she gets a nuke boost. I will trade out. Yeah, I'll trade out Defense Master for that. Wait, listen to what I've got to say. The people I kill are all criminals. They escaped the law, and the police can't touch them. I'm just like you Phantom Thieves. I'm working to get rid of evil in this world, so let me go. Sorry, but we're not the same. The Phantom Thieves would never murder people. No, help me. I don't want to disappear.
Ridiculous.
How can you say that after you murdered so many people? You better accept that you lost already. Prepare yourself. Fine. Do what you want. Remember, though, evil that ought to be erased will just keep popping up after I'm gone. We'll destroy evil in a way that's different from yours. You can disappear without worry. High counter. Okay. And with that done, probably gonna swap out my team. Well, nah, I'll leave them for now. Ooh, it's open. We can now expand the range further. Let's head down. Ah, looks like we made it to some kind of new area. Wow, this place is a lot bigger than what I'd heard. I expect the shadows here to be strong too. Be careful. Alright, well, you guys know the drill for exploring Mementos. If something interesting happens, I'll pop back in. And if not, well, I'll see you guys when I'm done. Well, I was only able to get down to the first rest area after that boss fight and everything. Apparently a lot of the enemies we were fighting were all weak to blessed skills. So it's basically between Joker and Akechi to knock them down. And as soon as they kind of were running out of SP, had to get the hell out. Especially because SP items are really hard to come by in this game. They were made a lot more abundant in Royal, which I actually really appreciate. You know, Catchy, what is it? You got any idea the true culprit might be? You saw the mask guy. Wanted to ask about that too. Did you really see him? That mask guy's got to be the true culprit. If the so-called true culprit is acting alone, then there can be no mistake about it. I see. The next question is, who's the masked man? Unfortunately, I do not know. Useless, quite harsh, make me blush. That wasn't a compliment. Blah, 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 blah. High school bullcrap. We'll be counting on you. Yada, yada, yada. But yeah, like I was saying, I just kind of ran out of SP because, like I said, the items are a lot harder to come by in this one, which, like I said, I like the fact that Royal gave you a lot more.
Good morning.
Come on. My sister is serious. Her determination to win this fight is reflected in that casino. She won't be easy to beat. I know that better than anyone. I want to understand the situation as soon as possible. Let's go to the palace today. Keep calm, Makoto.
Oh.
What was I saying? But yeah, it's just I like the fact that they gave you plenty of those items in Royal. So there we go. Sentence done. Do I want to hang out with Haru? Start trying to boost that relationship so I can get her to have Baton Pass? That is an interesting thought, AJ. But I'm trying to remember, when do you learn Baton Pass? Let's see here. I know Makoto has it. Baton Pass. Do I even have Haru as a... God damn, it's gonna take a little bit of time. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next video, because I was thinking next video I was going to knock out the palace, but now I'm thinking I want to try, before I do that, finish off the the confidant ranks with I almost said Futaba, with Haru, so that I can get Baton Pass with her. I'm not sure at the moment what we're gonna do next video, as I'm just running around the school. But either way, you know, you'll see what the plan is next video. I'm closing it here just so if I want to tackle the palace, basically, like I said earlier, my plan is basically I'll tackle the palace all in one video, but once we get right up to the boss fight, then I'm gonna hold off on the boss fight until the end of the month. So, or the end of the, you know, whatever, the deadline. There we go. So either way, guys, thanks for watching. As always, social media is down in the description below. Please remember to like, comment, if you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned more next time. Until then, my name's AJ Kells. This is Something Game Channel. I'm out.